YouTube, how we doing, family? It's your boy, yo, and this is another episode of the Ballpark Show. I go through every MLB game every day and try and narrow it down to the plays that I personally see the most value in. Today's Friday, July 18th. This isn't my favorite card coming off of the All-Star break, but I do have 3 games that I really do like, and I have 6 player props at the end, so stick around. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping Sunday, we cashed our highlighted play of the day. We took the Arizona Diamondbacks team total over 4.5 runs. We got it for plus 105 odds. They had a huge 4th inning. They put up 4 runs and ultimately won the game 5-1 in Anaheim against the Angels. The All-Star game was fun to watch. I had a couple plays I posted to the channel, and we basically split them between the Derby and the actual game. We're back to business as usual today. Like I said, I don't love this card, but there are a few games I do like, so I'll walk you through my thoughts, and we have some banger props per usual. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup of the evening, we have the Cincinnati Reds in New York taking on the New York Mets. Mets are minus 160 on the money line, and the total is 8 runs. On the mound, we have Nick Lodolo going for Cincinnati, and we have Clay Holmes going for New York. Lodolo's been a great option on the mound for Cincinnati. He comes in with a 3.38 ERA and a 6-6 record. Considering his home field is Great American and he has this Reds offense behind him, that's pretty impressive. If you're getting these kind of plus money odds, you're cashing with a 6-6 record. On the other side, Clay Holmes has been solid himself. He's 8-4 with a 3.31 ERA. Neither of these lineups have been impressive over the last 30 days, so for me, this one really comes down to the plus money price. When I look at the ex-WOBAs, Lodolo has the better expected numbers, so at plus 134, I have to roll with the Reds. Ellie's been hot. I've been seeing Spencer Steer get hot, and I think they have a really good shot of winning this game. The Reds' bullpen's also been solid, so I'm not necessarily worried about them blowing it late. We're taking the Reds on the money line as our highlighted selection of the evening. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles in Tampa Bay taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays are minus 125 on the money line, and the total is 9 runs. On the mound, we have Charlie Morton going for Baltimore, and we have Taj Bradley going for Tampa. This is a situation, in my opinion, of 2 teams headed in different directions. Coming into the All-Star break, the Rays started to stack L's, while the Orioles have finally started to string together some W's. They're 7-1 in Morton's last 8 starts. When I look at the expected numbers, they tell the same story. Morton is expected to improve, while Bradley is expected to regress. The Orioles batters also have better numbers against Bradley head-to-head. I know the Rays look good in the first half of the season, but they're 2-8 in their last 10 games. I don't trust their bats, especially right now, and I think Baltimore wins this game. We're taking the Orioles on the money line as our next selection. Let's move. In our last and final matchup of the evening, we have the St. Louis Cardinals in Arizona taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are minus 125 on the money line, and the total is 8.5 runs. On the mound, we have Andre Pallante going for St. Louis, and we have Merrill Kelly going for Arizona. For me, the Diamondbacks have the clear advantage in this one. Merrill Kelly has the better ERA, better expected numbers, and this Diamondbacks offense has been top 10 in the league over the last 30 days. I love what I'm seeing from Marte, love what I'm seeing from Corbin Carroll, and I think they get on the board early and often in this one. One thing I will say is the Cardinals have definitely had the better bullpen, but the Diamondbacks had a few games that really blew up late, and that added to their bullpen ERA. I don't blame you if you want to isolate this one to the first 5 innings, but I'm taking the Diamondbacks on the money line as our last and final selection. All right, guys, let's get into the props. I've got 6 for you today, so let's try and cash big per usual. First, we're taking Zach Neto of the Los Angeles Angels to get 1 run or RBI. I think the Angels put up a fight against Luzardo, and Neto's been top of the league in hard contact. He scored at least 1 run or RBI in 8 of their last 10 games. Next, we're taking Bo Bichette of the Toronto Blue Jays to get 2 or more bases. He's been batting out of his mind over the last 30 days, and he's faced Verlander multiple times, so he knows his stuff. Next, we're taking Ellie De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds to get 1 run or RBI. We stay cashing with Ellie. I don't even need to say too much. Makes hard contact, steals bases, and always puts himself in position to score. Next, we're taking Gunnar Henderson of the Baltimore Orioles to get 2 or more bases. I told you guys before the break, we'll get plenty of value on Gunnar in the back half of the season. He's starting to turn it on in terms of extra bases, but even when he wasn't hitting for power, he was still finding ways to get on base. I also really like his matchup with Taj Bradley. Next, we're taking Corey Seager of the Texas Rangers to get 1 run or RBI. I'm typically a fan of Reese Olson, but he looked miserable in that first start back against the Rays on the 9th. If you're out of form going up against Seager, he'll make you pay. Last but definitely not least, we're taking Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers to get 1 run or RBI. It's definitely juice, but I think we cash this one no problem. He's the best in the league in basically every hitting metric, and the Dodgers are looking for revenge tonight against the Brewers. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We've been on a tear, 7-3 on all highlighted plays, and I look to keep that momentum rolling. Like I said, this definitely isn't my favorite card tonight, but we'll have more games on the show as the season progresses and I see more spots to attack. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, yo! And until the next one, I'ma catch y'all. Peace.